vitality. And also, did you know that Harry Potter's first kiss was under the magical mistletoe? And now, without further ado, please help me welcome our student teacher, Miss Brittany Hyder, to the stage to conduct Holly Jolly Christmas. As Mr. Key goes to the podium, I'll tell you a little bit about our next piece. This is called the Christmas Canon, and it is based on Pachelbel's canon. So I think it's something that we've all heard, we're all very familiar with. Basically, it is a canon written by the German composer Johann Pachelbel, and this canon is originally known as the Canon in G for 3 violins and basso continuo. Nobody really knows the circumstances of the composition exactly, but the suggested date range is in the 1700s. It's speculated that this piece was composed for Johann Sebastian Bach's older brother for his wedding. And so the brother was actually a student of Pachelbel, and we know that Pachelbel wrote music for the wedding along with some other composers. So it's not hard to believe that that might be the case. Like his other works, Pachelbel's canon went out of style in his time, and it remained in obscurity for centuries. In the 1960s, a chamber orchestra arranged and recorded the piece, which helped it to gain popularity over the next decade. And in the 1970s, the piece began to be recorded by many other ensembles. By the 80s, its presence as background music was deemed inescapable. Elements of the piece, especially its very famous chord progression, were used in a variety of pop songs. And since the 1980s, it is also found increasingly commonly in wedding ceremonies in the Western world. But what is a canon actually? A canon is a musical form. It's a compositional technique based on the principle of imitation, we call it strict imitation, in which a melody is imitated at specific time intervals by one or more parts. So either at the same pitch or other pitches. So basically, to summarize that, that's kind of like a round, like row, row, row your boat, or Frere Jacques. So this is a very fancy round called Pachelbel's canon, Christmas canon, our version. celebration is commissioned for the 50th anniversary celebration of the St. John Lutheran School in Wheaton, Illinois. The work is based on the tune Land Fair by Welsh composer Robert Williams in 1797. Williams was a blind basket maker who lived his entire life on a small isle off the northwest coast of Wales. The title, Antiphonal Celebration, describes the nature of this piece. It is a joyous, festival work that utilizes a technique which is known as antiphony. So in choral music, antiphony can occur when two separate choirs alternate or they oppose one another within a musical work. So they can kind of, I think of it as like a choir battle. And no one gets hurt though, don't worry. Within this musical work, in our case, the trumpet section, they're going to be the leaders of the antiphony. They're going to state basically a musical phrase, like a question, and then the rest of the band is going to reply to the trumpets with their answer phrase. So this is basically like a call and response musical form. And this, again, is the antiphonal celebration. All right, next up, I'm very pleased to introduce to you Mr. Alexander Hunt, playing the alto saxophone. And he has done some extra work and learned a piece all by himself, and he's going to perform his solo tonight on All I Want for Christmas Is You. All right, I'm pleased to introduce to you Maggie Talley playing the trombone. Her solo is Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. All right, now let me introduce to you Emma Yap. She plays the tenor saxophone. I like how she's decorated it. It looks really cool. And her solo that she's prepared for you is Deck the Halls. We have a special guest here who's here all the time, actually. It's Mr. James Wilson, and he's the director here at Meriden High School with their band program. So let's give him a round of applause. He has a few words.
Thank you so much. Good evening. On behalf of Meriden High School, I'd like to welcome you to our auditorium. My name is James Wilson. As Ms. Sanders said, I'm one of the band directors here at Meriden High School. We're excited to see your students take their steps towards a rewarding high school experience and hope to have them as part of our program one day very soon. Please reach out to me if you have questions or would like to know more about what our Meriden High School band program has to offer you and your family. Also, I'd be remiss if I failed to acknowledge how fortunate your children are to have Ms. Sanders, Mr. Key, and Mr. Hale as their band directors, and also a wonderful student teacher this semester who we are quite proud of, Ms. Hyder. Would you please help me in thanking them for their hard work with this program? Thank you all so much for your support of the arts and weathering the very difficult traffic situations to get into the auditorium this evening. And thank you to your students as well for sharing their wonderful gifts with us tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. All right, our next piece of music is called Resplendence, and I had to look that up. That was a fancy word for me. So the noun resplendence comes from the Latin resplendentum, which means brilliant, and this is which is the present participle of resplendir, which means to glitter or shine. So this is resplendence. Okay, I'm just going to go through a couple of announcements before we get to our final piece. So first of all, I would like to recognize some students who recently did a lot of extra preparation and work and challenged themselves and learned tons of extra stuff so that they could go and audition for a regional honor band. I'd like all the people who went to the auditions to stand up right now. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you guys so much. I am super proud of those people. I ended up kind of monitoring and watching what they were doing while they were preparing for that. That was just a lot of really cool work to see them doing. It was amazing. So actually the field trip for that is tomorrow. The students that made Junior Clinic Regional Honor Band need to go tomorrow to Oak Ridge High School. So just in case there's any parents here who need that reminder, you'll go straight to Oak Ridge High School tomorrow morning and not report to West Valley. And that field trip is tomorrow and also Saturday. So for the Junior Clinic people, just a quick reminder. All right, now for everyone, when we come back in January, we have our annual band fundraiser and donation drive. So that's just kind of the bread and butter that keeps us healthy and thriving every year. So we don't We don't do anything except once a year with donation things and with fundraising. So look for emails about that. And if you'd like to help out with that, please let us know. If you have questions about it, let us know. But we'll send out emails about it. We also have a special guest that comes in and talks to the band students about how the fundraiser works so they can win prizes and things like that. It's actually a really good fundraiser. It's really fun to participate in. I really like it. And then the next announcement is about, there's another opportunity to get a medal in band and orchestra in the springtime. So what it's called is the Solo and Ensemble Festival. And if your student can prepare a special solo or a duet with a friend or a trio, they can go to this festival, which we actually host at West Valley, and we've been hosting it every year. But it's an annual event that involves students from all the schools around here, 6th grade through 12th grade actually. So if your student wants to prepare a solo or a duet and they perform that at the festival, they can potentially get a medal from our regional association, which is very prestigious, and also a certificate from them. And for me, part of the coolest thing about it is that they get feedback from these judges that listen to them. So that's a cool event. The registration deadline is mid-March. If you have questions, just email me. And then I'll also like to take this opportunity to say thank you. I like to say thank you to the staff at Bearden High School for letting us use their auditorium again. We really like getting a chance to be in here. This is really nice. The seats, I hope, are comfortable for you. And we want to say thank you to Megan Christian, James Wilson, and the students at Bearden High School Band. They helped set up all the chairs and stands for us. It really made a big difference, making the concert preparation a lot easier. Thank you to them. We want to say thank you to all of our administrators at West Valley. That's David Claxton, Matt Patillo, and Jessica McDonald. So let's give all of those people a big round of applause. And also, of course, I always want to say thank you to you parents, because I know you are doing a lot of great things at home, helping to prepare the students to be great citizens at school, and I can really tell that you all are doing a great job. And we really appreciate it from our end as teachers, and I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much. You should pat yourself on the back too. I know it's not always easy to get middle school students to say thank you, but can I please ask all of the band students to clap for their parents and say thank you to them? Let's clap together right now, all of the 7th graders. They want to do this. Right? Clap, clap, clap. Okay, we're going to try that again. 7th grade band, we're going to clap for our parents and say thank you. Clap for your parents right now. Woo! Okay, that's true love right there. I know that they didn't want to do that. That's true love. That's their way of showing you true love. So, before we play our final selection, I just want to say I hope that you've enjoyed our concert tonight. We look forward to seeing you again soon in the spring. I hope that all of you have a safe and restful holiday season, a relaxing winter break. That's my wish for all of us in the next coming weeks. All right, our final selection is perfect for us because it also is called Final Countdown, and it is by the Swedish rock band Europe. The rock band Europe, I didn't know this, but I looked up some stuff. They obtained their major breakthrough in Sweden by winning a TV competition, actually. They were on this Swedish rock championships called Rock SM. So it was the very first time this competition was held, and they won it. And then, of course, the band Europe became the larger success of the competition itself. Europe rose to international fame in the 1980s with their third album, The Final Countdown. And Europe has sold more than 10 million albums worldwide. So, without further ado, this is The Final Countdown. Thank you all so much. Please be safe going home.